Hello there, book friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Allie, and this is the beginning of another weekly reading vlog. Actually, this is Wednesday. I did not have time to do any kind of filming Monday because that guy right there was in a really bad mood, and so I spent the whole day just doing stuff with him, and I didn't really have a chance to film anything. So yesterday was also busy. My infant had a doctor appointment and I was just on the go a lot. Had family visiting yesterday, so today is the first day that I am able to talk to you guys again. So Monday, while my toddler was not feeling the best, I was able to listen to some audiobooks and I knocked out Every Heart a Doorway. I really enjoyed this one. I think that the story was fantastic, and you know, I didn't really see the ending coming. Like, I kind of had my suspicions, but at the same time I wasn't set on those suspicions. Like, it could have gone a different direction, but overall I really liked this book, and I think that the writing is fantastic. As always, these are super short, so I wish that there was more story because I really enjoy these characters, and I enjoyed learning about the different worlds that each of the characters had gone to through their own doorways. So the ending of this one did make me kind of sad, and I understand why it ended the way that it did, and it was a happy ending. It just made me sad because of all the friendships that were built throughout the book. And I don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's not read it before, but if you have read it and you know what I'm talking about, I would love to discuss it with somebody. I do highly recommend that you read Down Among the Sticks and Bones first if you're going to read this series, because this book has major spoilers for the second book. And you're not going to lose anything by reading the second book first. I just think that if you don't want any spoilers for it, I would recommend that one first. This one is really good though, and I really enjoyed the characters that you meet in this one. I think that this is a great fall read. So if you're looking for something short and fun to read, pick this one up because it's fantastic. Last week in the mail I received this book, Mercy Suarez Changes Gears by Meg Medina, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that name. But this is the 2019 Newbery Award-winning book, and I was going to read this one this month and review it next month and let you guys know what I think about it. I'm really enjoying reading the Newbery books and seeing what about these books is so important to modern literature that they have won an award. And honestly, it feels very rewarding to read through these books and to understand why the literature is important in the time periods that it was important. So like these books that are important now were not the same as the books that were important in the past, and as I'm working backwards, I look forward to seeing the differences in what was important in literature. And I have Crescent City still. I've made a little bit of progress with this one over the past couple days, and I'm just chipping away still, and I'm going to finish it this week. I'm doing it and finishing it this week, and it's going to happen, and I am excited to be able to mail this back to my friend. I am also picking up The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I have this on audio, so I'm just now starting this today, back and forth between audio and physical, and then I'm going to probably try to do a comparison video on The Turn of the Key and The Turn of the Screw so I can talk to you guys about the differences in the stories, since they are basically the same story. And also, since Bly Manor just started on Netflix, it might be something interesting to talk about. So that is the beginning of my reading week, and I look forward to seeing where it takes me this week. And I will check back in with you guys after I have made some progress in a book. am here to wrap up this week's reading vlog. So, I finished Crescent City, and I loved it. I started out not liking it that much. The first 150 pages are a little rough because it has a lot of info dump, and she spends a lot of time building the world without really building it. So she's mostly just telling you about the world and throwing it in like massive paragraphs throughout the beginning of the book. So it gets a little confusing. Like, there's no way that you're going to be able to remember all of that information about how the world is set up. But after 150 pages, it picks up. It starts to get really interesting, and then you get really involved in the plot and what's going on. And then at the, I guess 650 page mark, things start going crazy. And the end of the book is nothing but twist after twist after twist, and I was on a roller coaster and loving every second of it. This book I ended up really loving. It does have some issues as far as just the way that things are written, like the syntax of things, and it does have some plot holes and some definitely convenient plot devices, but I loved it, and I am looking forward to reading the next book that she has in the series. I hear there's supposed to be 3, maybe 4 books. So I'm looking forward to seeing where she takes this series and what she plans to do with it. Overall, I thought at first that I was really going to dislike this book when I first started it, but I'm glad that I saw it through to the end because I just really, really like this book, and I would like to actually read it again and pick up some of the smaller details of stuff that I missed in the very beginning. So I was able to wrap up The School for Good and Evil today, and I have very mixed feelings about it. I thought that the story was really good. I love the story that he's trying to portray about the duality of good and evil, and how good and evil is in everyone, and how it's not just black and white, and how one person is not just solely evil and one person is not just solely good, and the fact that people are human. And I love that that is the message that he is giving in this book. However, I did not like the fact that the world building is very shallow. So you start with Agatha and Sophie. Sophie's the blonde-haired one, Agatha is the black-haired one, and they get taken to the School for Good and Evil, and Sophie believes that she's going to be a princess, and Agatha believes that she is a witch, and they end up being reversed, and Agatha goes to the School for Good and Sophie goes to the School for Evil, and it's their story about them wanting to get home and also learning who they are. I liked the story overall, and the plot is very much a just pick up and run, and it just kind of takes off, and I don't honestly feel like it ever really slows down, and that's really cool because it keeps you invested in the story. But I wanted more of the world. I wanted to understand about this world that they get taken to, as well as the world that they were in before. Are they together? Are they separate? The worlds, do they piece together somehow? I mean, obviously they have to because they were transported between one to the other, but I don't understand the inner workings of their worlds. And I guess maybe you get more world building in the next books. There are 6 books in this series. I just would like to have had more of it in the beginning, because it feels like you're just tossed into this fairy tale world without really getting any explanation for how it works or anything about it, really, other than the school and the people who are in the school. So overall, I think this is a great story about 2 girls that go to a magic school and have to find their way, but in the end, I just felt like it was a little lacking in world building. I still do highly recommend this. This was a really great middle grade book, and I think that if you enjoy the magic school trope, then you will definitely enjoy this one. I also finished Every Heart a Doorway at the beginning of the week, but I've already talked about this one, so I'm not going to talk about it again. These are the books that I was able to read this week. I've started The Turn of the Key, and I will be going back and forth on it between audio and physical, and I'm not sure what else I'm going to pick up this week. I think I'm going to go back to Home Before Dark because I didn't get to finish it, and I'd like to finish it by Halloween because I think that's going to be a great spooky read going right into Halloween. So this is what I finished this week, and if you have read any of these books and you want to chat about it, please drop me a message down below. I would love to chat about these books. I really enjoyed all 3 of these. Until next time, guys, I will see you later.